Hey everyone, my name is Adam and welcome to the lab. This video is going to discuss how to build a Pwnagotchi using Mac operating systems. I have tested this both on Apple Intel and Apple Silicon and both work without issue. With that, I'm going to link all of the hardware information in the description box below, as well as any software and other websites linked in the description box below for easy finding. Let's go ahead and go over our hardware starting at the bottom. This is a USB-A to micro USB data supported transfer cable. This must be a data supported transfer cable or things will not work for you later on. This is a Raspberry Pi 02W. This is a WaveshareV version 4 e-ink 2.13-inch e-paper hat display, a micro SD card adapter, and a 32 gig micro SD card. You can use as low as 16. I would not go any lower. So with that, let's go ahead and take a look at our hardware here. This is our Raspberry Pi, and when it comes time, we're going to insert our SD card right here. But for the time being, we're not going to do that. This is our e-ink display. An important thing to note is when power is removed from the display after it's been powered on, it will leave a residual ghost image. This is normal. This is from an earlier test. That's why that's on there. Now to connect these two pieces, all we need to do is line the female holes up with the male pins. And we can just do this. I typically start left to right, find the last two holes and kind of just lay it across there. And then what you want to do is you make sure you're not putting pressure on the main screen. So we're doing it on the edge of the board, and you kind of just rock back and forth. Once you feel full resistance, go ahead and stop. There will be a gap between here. This is normal. And if we take a look here, we can see that this ribbon pin connector is kind of sitting on this data port connector. So we're going to go ahead and put that down. And now we're going to switch over to our software. So we're going to come to this website. It's called Pwnagotchi.org. The original website, I believe, was Pwnagotchi.ai, but it's a bit outdated. This site is more updated. Now, for this build, I will be using J.O. Felony's image. To get that image, we're going to go to the left-hand menu here and go to Third-Party Images. We're going to select J.O. Felony's image. So go ahead and click that. That will bring you to this site. At the time of filming this video, Pwnagotchi version 2.8.9 is the latest version. We can see that right here. We want to download Pwnagotchi version 2.8.9 64bit.img.xz. As I've already downloaded this, I'm going to go ahead and skip that part. The next thing you want to do is download the Raspberry Pi imager. So we're going to come over to the Raspberry Pi site and select download for macOS. There is not a difference between the Apple Silicon and the Apple Intel, so just go ahead and download for macOS and install that. Once the image is done installing and the imager is done downloading and installing, we're going to switch back over to our desktop. Let's go to our Launchpad. Type imager. All right, from here, go ahead and grab your SD card and place it in your MacBook. Once your card is registered, let's go ahead and go to Choose Device. We want Raspberry Pi 02W. Choose your OS. We're going to scroll all the way to the bottom and select Use Custom. We're going to get Pwnagotchi 64-bit image.xz. Go ahead and click Open. Choose your storage. This will be the SD card you just inserted. Go ahead and click Next. Would you like to apply OS customization settings? At this point, we're going to click No. And all existing data on this card will be erased. Are you sure you want to continue? Go ahead and click Yes. Go ahead and enter the password of your MacBook if you're prompted. This will begin to write the image and it will verify afterwards. For the sake of this video, I'm going to go ahead and speed up the writing and verifying parts. Okay, now that the file is done writing, go ahead and click continue here, and we're going to go ahead and close our imager as we no longer need it. Now we're going to go ahead and eject our SD card and come back over to our Pwnagotchi. Go ahead and insert your micro SD card into the slot right here. This is easy to locate if you just look for this ribbon connector right here. So we're just going to go ahead and slide that in. What we want to do now is take our USB data supported transfer cable, go ahead and plug this into the computer you'll be configuring the device from. And we want to plug our data cable into this port right here. It'll be the port closest to this ribbon connector port, or the one in the middle. And as we can see, we have an LED power, which is good. I'm going to place that right here and switch screens. Okay, so now what we need to do is go up here to the spotlight search in the upper right, type network, select network system settings. And what we're looking for is RNDIS Ethernet gadget. You may or may not have this already. As I ran tests earlier, I have this. Assuming you don't have this, and again, this works similar to Apple Intel, you'll go to the three dots here, select Add Service, find the drop down, and select RNDIS Ethernet gadget. Once you see that you do have a gadget connected but not set up properly, we're going to go over here and select this little caret. We're going to select Details, come over to TCP IP. We're going to change Configure IP version 4 to manually. And we're going to set our IP to 10.0.0.1 with a subnet mask of 255.255.255.0. Go ahead and click OK. And now that we can see we've established a connection, so we can go ahead and close this. We're going to go to Launchpad, type TERM for terminal, and we're going to type ping 10.0.0.2. We should get 64 bytes replies, which we do. Go ahead and hit Control-C. I'm going to clear the screen. I'm going to type SSH pi at 10.0.0.2. Pi is the default username. You will get this prompt. Are you sure you want to continue connecting? We're going to type yes. Password is Raspberry, RASPBERRY. And now we can see we've established a connection. Let's make this bigger. One thing I want to point out is you should read this initial prompt screen. There's a lot of useful information there. What we're going to do is we're going to set this up with a built-in wizard because this will get you up and running as quick as possible. So we're going to do sudo Pwnagotchi -- wizard. Do you want to restore the previous configuration? We're going to assume you don't have one as this is an initial build, so we're going to hit no. This will create a new configuration file and overwrite your current backup. Are you sure? We're going to hit Y for yes. Welcome to the interactive installation of your personal Pwnagotchi configuration. My name is J. O'Felony. How may I call you? This will be the name you want to give your Pwnagotchi. So I'm going to call mine Cybercat Labs Pony. I shall go by Cybercat Labs Pony from now on. How many networks do you want to whitelist? We will also ask for a MAC for each network. Now, a whitelist says, hey, leave this network alone. So you would put your house's network there if you wanted to. I'm going to let mine go rogue, so I'm just going to hit 0 for everything. Do you want to enable Bluetooth tether? I'm going to hit N for no for the sake of this video. Do you want to enable a display? I'm going to hit Y for yes because I do have a display. What display do you use? I'm using a WaveshareV version 4. So I'm going to type WS4. Do you want to invert the display colors? What that means, as you can see right now, I have a black background with white text. That's currently inverted. What I want is a white background with black text. So I'm going to hit Y. Your configuration is done. I will restart in 5 seconds. So we can see it's switched to restart mode, and if we keep an eye on the Pwnagotchi here, we should see the screen refresh here shortly. Okay, the screen has refreshed to the proper colors I wanted. Now, if we just want to get up and running, all we need to do is disconnect from the data port, switch to the power only port, and in a short amount of time, the screen will again refresh, and it should go into operation mode. And there you go, the Pwnagotchi's up and running properly and performing its actions. Hopefully you found this video useful. I will be making more advanced videos. This one was just to get you up and running on a Mac operating system. As always, I'm Adam. Thank you so much for watching, and until then, I'll see you in the next one.